if your life depended on staying silent, hidden, and forgotten. There was a young girl trapped in a small hidden space, cut off from the world, unsure if she would ever step outside again. No freedom, no normal life, no certainty about tomorrow. Yet instead of losing herself, she picked up a pen and started writing. The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank is not just a book. It's the real voice of a teenage girl trying to stay hopeful and human while living in constant fear during one of the darkest times in history. At its heart, this story isn't about war. It's about the human mind. It's about what happens inside you when everything outside is falling apart. And spent over 2 years in hiding. She couldn't go outside. She had to stay quiet during the day. Even simple things like laughing or walking freely were risky. But while her body was confined, her mind was not. Inside her diary, she created a world of thoughts, emotions, dreams, and questions. She wrote about everything: her fears, her frustrations, her hopes, and even moments of joy. That's the first powerful lesson. When everything outside is out of your control, your inner world becomes your strength. Think about your own life for a moment. There are situations where you feel stuck. Maybe it's pressure from studies, stress from work, or problems you can't immediately fix. In those moments, you might feel powerless. But the truth is, you still control how you think, how you respond, and how you process things. Some people collapse under pressure. Others become stronger. The difference isn't the situation. It's the mindset, and teaches us that even in the worst conditions, you can still build a strong inner world. One simple way to start is by reflecting. Writing your thoughts, even for a few minutes a day, can help you understand yourself better and stay mentally stable. Another thing that stands out in her writing is how deeply she observed herself. She didn't just describe what was happening around her. She analyzed her own behavior, her emotions, and her reactions. She noticed when she was being immature. She questioned her own thoughts. She admitted when she was wrong. This level of self-awareness is rare, especially for someone so young. And that brings us to another key lesson. Growth begins when you become honest with yourself. In everyday life, it's easy to blame others. It's easy to say they caused this, or it's not my fault. But that mindset keeps you stuck. Real growth starts when you look inward and ask, what could I have done better? Imagine two people facing the same problem. One keeps blaming others and stays the same. The other reflects, learns, and improves. Over time, their lives will look completely different, and chose the second path. Even in isolation, she kept growing because she kept observing herself honestly. She also showed something deeply human, her need for connection. Even though she was surrounded by people and hiding, she often felt lonely. She felt misunderstood, especially by her family. She wanted someone who truly understood her thoughts and feelings. This reminds us that humans don't just need people around them. They need emotional connection. Today we live in a world full of communication. Messages, calls, social media, everything is instant. Yet many people still feel alone. Why? Because real connection isn't about talking more. It's about being understood. And loneliness teaches us to build deeper relationships. It's not about having many people in your life. It's about having at least one person you can be honest with. Another powerful lesson from her story is hope. Imagine living every day knowing that your life is in danger, knowing that one mistake could change everything. Most people would lose hope in such a situation, but Anne didn't. She still believed in goodness. She still dreamed about the future. She still found beauty in small things like sunlight, nature, and quiet moments. This shows us something important. Hope is not something you wait for. It's something you choose. Two people can face the same situation. One becomes negative and hopeless. The other stays positive and keeps moving forward. The situation is the same, but the mindset is different. In your own life, things won't always go your way. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments where everything feels uncertain. In those moments, you have a choice. You can focus only on what's wrong, or you can look for small things that still give you hope. And also reminds us that your voice matters, even if no one hears it right now. When she wrote her diary, she didn't know the world would read it. She wasn't writing for fame or recognition. She was writing because she needed to express herself, because her thoughts mattered to her. This is something many people struggle with today. They hesitate to start something, writing, creating, sharing ideas because they think no one will notice. But every meaningful voice starts in silence. You don't need an audience to begin. You just need honesty. Now here's something most people don't fully realize about her story. And wasn't strong all the time. She felt fear. She got angry. She felt confused. She doubted people. She struggled with her emotions. And that's exactly what makes her story powerful. Strength is not about always being positive. It's not about never feeling weak. It's about continuing even when you feel all those things. That's the real definition of resilience. If there's one idea that stands above everything else in this story, it's this. Your circumstances don't define your mindset. Your mindset defines how you experience your circumstances, and had every reason to lose hope. But she chose not to. That choice is what makes her story timeless. Now, if we go a little deeper, there's something even more interesting about her journey. Her life was physically paused. No school, no normal routine, no freedom to explore the world. But mentally she kept growing. Her thoughts became deeper. Her understanding of people improved. Her writing became more powerful. This teaches us that even when your life feels stuck, you can still grow. Think about times when your plans didn't work out. Maybe something got delayed or you were forced to stay in one place. Those moments can feel frustrating, but they can also become opportunities. Some people waste that time. Others use it to learn, reflect, and improve themselves, and used her time to grow internally even when she couldn't move externally. Another thing she shows is how perspective changes everything. She lived in the same place with the same people facing the same situation every day, but her thoughts about it kept changing. Sometimes she felt trapped. Other times she found meaning in small details. A quiet moment, a glimpse of nature, a simple thought. The environment didn't change. Her perspective did, and that changed her experience. In your life, situations won't always be perfect, but the way you see them can make a huge difference. A challenge can feel like a burden, or it can feel like a chance to grow. The situation is the same. The meaning is different. And also practice something that many people avoid: emotional honesty. She didn't hide her feelings in her diary. She expressed everything, even when it made her look imperfect. She wrote about her fears, her frustrations, her doubts. This kind of honesty helps you understand yourself better. In real life, many people suppress their emotions. They ignore what they feel, thinking it will go away. But it doesn't. It builds up over time. On the other hand, when you acknowledge your emotions and understand them, you become more balanced and self-aware. So here's something simple you can start doing today. Take just 5 minutes before you sleep and write down 3 things. One emotion you felt strongly during the day, one thing you learn about yourself, and one small thing you're grateful for. That's it. No long writing, no pressure, just honesty. Over time, this small habit can completely change how you think and how you understand yourself. In the end, what makes this story unforgettable is not just the situation Anne was in. It's how she chose to respond to it. A girl living in silence ended up being heard by the entire world. Not because her life was easy, but because she chose to stay human, even when everything around her tried to take that away.